boy Bob TV still on this tweeting thing. Let's get to the next tweet that I put out. Just thinking about this election. I mean, this election is kind of depressing. It started off exciting. We had a Bernie Sanders was out in the rally. We were excited about who we were voting for, and the Democratic Party stole that from us. We wanted Bernie Sanders and his agenda and his fight. And we didn't see that in Hillary Clinton. She don't have it. She don't have the she ain't got it. Bernie had it, and we were robbed. But then you need to support Hillary Clinton. No, because I'm not a Democrat. So I don't have to support her. I'm going to support the person that's almost identical to Bernie Sanders. And Jill Stein is that. Well, she's a little more stronger than Bernie Sanders. Her platform is Bernie Sanders on steroids. So, plus, I'm in a blue state, so I can vote my conscience. And even if I wasn't in a blue state, I'm still going to vote my conscience. Me, listen to me, America. Listen to me, people who love me. I will never, ever vote for anybody that's corrupt, in steep corruption. Now, you're going to always have evil leaders, people who have their own agenda in mind. You're going to always have that. The scriptures showed that. A lot of those guys took reign. They didn't vote. Nobody voted for them. They took the reign. Me, I'm not going to add my precious vote toward foolishness. And like I tweeted earlier today, or posted on Facebook, Dr. Martin Luther King and all those people who fought for civil rights, who fought for the voting rights, they did not put themselves on the line for you to vote for foolishness. They put yourself on the line for people who are going to advance your issues. Your issues, you got to look at the person who really want to advance their issues. And if you got somebody who say they're going to do it but have a track record of doing the opposite, then that's voting foolishness. And I'm not going to vote foolishness. Foolishness is voting for people who are on the FBI investigation. Foolishness is voting for people who are accused of being in sexual scandals and rape allegations and things like that. All that is foolishness. But yet you got a Jill Stein, or they can think he's dumb as a sock. Gary Johnson. They don't have all that foolishness. He who gets his base out to the poll is going to win. He who gets his base out to the poll is going to win. I'm talking about any party. Republicans, if you get your base out to the poll, you will win. Now, do I want you to win? No. Democrats. He who gets his base out to the poll will win. Now, do I want you to win? You guys do I want corruption to win at being more corrupt so they can have more of a reign of being more corrupt? No, I don't want you winning. I don't want the Republicans winning. I don't want you to win. But because you are the stronger political base, one of you got to win. And I guess people are pressured, like my brothers and sisters in Florida, their swing state, they're pressured that even though they don't like Clinton, they're pressured to vote for him because they're scared of not voting for him. And that is not why you vote for people because of fear. You vote for people because of faith. Faith in your candidate, faith in their plan, faith in what you know they can do for you. But because Hillary is so much corruption, the faith is dwindling. But they so scared of Donald Trump, they're doing everything to stop Trump. That is a playbook that the Clintons took from the Barry Goldwater Johnson playbook. Take the outright negativism of the person you're running against and magnify it, or create one. Create one. He who defines his opponent first and defines them the best will win the election. That is one of the first rules of politicking, bloodsucking, many times. And the Democrats have been successful in doing that. And a lot of the stuff is not true. A lot of stuff, they made it up. Like, oh, his supporters are evil and racist. No, all his supporters are not. I know a lot of supporters that are nice people, black people, that love their country just as much as anybody else, but don't like the way the Democrats is taking it. And they see that the Democratic Party has yet to do something for them, not for the last 5, 10 years, even with Obama in office. They see that the Democratic Party has been using black people for votes, but not offering them nothing concrete in return. You can't tell me 5 things that Obama done for black people in his old 8 years. Now, I voted for Obama. I really did. I voted for him. I campaigned for him in '08. I didn't vote him in 2012 because I saw him going more center-right, becoming more like a Republican, and cow down to the Republicans instead of standing and get some guts and go out there and campaign for Democrats to get win these Senate seats. That was his first mistake when he got in office. He got in there in 2008, worked with the Democrats. They helped them pass health care. And what do we do to help them win? Not a doggone thing. He should have been out there in the campaign trail. And that's why Bernie ran. Bernie said that's one of the biggest mistakes Obama made, not going out there and helping the down ballots. So he turned his back on the down ballots and began to cow down to, and the Republicans made a decision that, hey, we're not going to give you nothing. Whose fault is that? I say it's Obama's fault for not going out there and rallying the base to get these senators, Democratic senators, progressive senators, into office. He left that to the DNC. He who gets his base out will win. Stop trying to change people in the base, trying to convince Republicans to go. See, Hillary's trying to do that. And she did that at the expense of kicking Bernie Sanders supporters because they're not into her, and Bill Maher and all these idiot comedians don't know what the crap they're talking about. You don't know these people. You think you do. These people have done their research. And it's not a matter of who's the most corrupt. They don't want anybody corrupt in their office. Well, we got to have some. Who said that? If everybody made a decision to vote no on no corrupt politicians and say, I'm going to vote for this politician doesn't have all that baggage, got brains, got a good plan, got good policies, and all they need is strength, and we're going to give them the strength to put that in play. If all of them reject the two knuckleheads, the two-party system who are corrupt and steep corruption, if everybody made a decision, made a contract that they're not going to do it, then they can win. And I'm going to stay on this subject about you going out there and focus on your own base. If you see a person that you may know that's not a Democratic, stop trying to make them a Democratic. They have to come to the conclusion to become a Democrat on their own. See, I started out as a Democratic. I think my mom kind of raised us up as Democrats, you know. And as I got older and as I became more religiously, I just saw some of the Democratic policies that didn't fit in with where I wanted to go with my faith. So I started to migrate from the Democratic Party into the Republican Party because the Republican Party was known for their values, the family values system. But then as I begin to stay in that party, I see that they may have had family value issues, but how they treated people outside the family, that was what we call in doing things that's not contrary to, not, you know, doing things opposite of Scripture, how we treated them. You know, how we want to dismantle Social Security. We want to privatize it. We want to work with blue dog Republicans like Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton to dismantle those social service nets. You know, like the aid to dependent children. How we want to make it tighter for them to get any kind of benefits like the housing or food stamps and things like that. How we want to restrict it even more where less can be able to have access to that. And just a whole host of things. So I said, I can't deal with this. I'm just going to be independent and I'm not going to be a part of a party. I will look at an individual that is in the party and look at their own personal policies and go from there. See, that's me. I'm not committed to a party, my people who love me. I'm not committed to a party. I'm not a Democratic. I'm not a Republican. I support Democrats. I support Republicans. I will support Greens. I will support anybody that has a good plan and has the ability to push those plans. Or at least put it on the table and rally people around to help them out. I'd rather focus on that than a person who have all the power in the world but not going to do anything for you, and you know they're not going to do anything for you, especially when they're pathological liars. And the two politicians that we have running on the front of the tickets, top tickets, have been known to be pathological liars, which is a sickness. A sickness. they lie, think they're telling the truth. And listen to me closely. I'm telling you, focus on your own base and stop trying to change the mind of people who already made their decision. See, I'm going to vote for Jill Stein whether you like it or not. And I got enough guts. See, I confront racism. I don't run from it because of fear. I will confront it boldly. And anything that's close to it, I'm going to confront it. See, I've seen racism on Hillary Clinton's side just as well as I see it on Trump's side. Here's more upfront. I'd rather see the upfront than the underlying racism. Her policies and her husband's policies may have created jobs, which was Robert Wright. It wasn't the president, Bill Clinton. He did not create those jobs. He put the plan in place that he got from Robert Wright, and that's how the jobs got created. But the racist undertone put more black men in jail, put more women in jail, helped more women get on drugs, it helped more women get off dependent services, and then it just was a big mess. The policies were racist policies that hurt the black community more than helped. I want y'all to understand that, and you don't believe me, look it up. And there's no signs of changing. There's no apologies from them for that. They want to reinstitute that. And they did that with the approval of the Republicans. They merged the Republicans together to pretty much form a new party called the Blue Dog Republicans or the Red Dog Democrats. And that's what Hillary Clinton is doing already, trying to merge it, using the fear of Trump so she can merge the Republican Party behind her to create a new party. And it's not going to help black people. Only progressive, far progressive candidates have the heart to help the community. I don't vote for corporate candidates who will sell you out in a minute for a new corporate deal, for lobbyist money, or whatever it takes for them to have something during the presidency, during their tenure as a senator, and after. The real stealing of the vote takes place when you are happy with your choice of candidates, you love them, you embrace their policies, you push for their policies, you're fired up about them. Their record is solid, and you know they're the best candidate, whether they're politicians or an activist, despite what position they have, or a business owner. You're fired up for them and their record is solid, and you know that they're the best candidate. And then some person rolls up on you, pull out the weapon of fear to scare you into voting for their candidate because their candidate is so flawed that they know they'll lose if they don't get backup. So they use the gun of shame or the gun of fear to force you to back them up. Sounds familiar, right? You got to earn my vote. I'm not a slut voter. You're not just going to get my vote. You're not going to fear me into voting. You're not going to scare me into voting. You're not going to beat me down, and you're not going to look down on me because I'm not going to vote your way. Your candidate has to earn my vote, and she didn't, and he didn't, and the one that I'm voting for earned my vote because of what she believes and what she's pushing and what she's demanding. And she's standing up for people. Where was Obama? Obama haven't done nothing about the Dakota Access Pipeline. Where's Clinton? Where's Trump? Ajahn Mubaraka? Jill Stein was out there. I'd rather put my investment in them, even though at the cost of what we got right now, I'd rather put my investment in them. Because unless we're going to turn into a total totalitarian country and she's going to get killed, I'm going to invest in them. You got to earn my vote. Stop saying candidates stole your vote. In order for someone to steal something from you, you got to own it. Hey, candidates, you own no one's vote. Get your butt out there and earn it. They say every year they say this is the most important election ever. It's going to be like that in the next 2 years and the next 4 years, the most important ever. My thing is when you vote for the lesser two evils, you're going to get evil, and that evil is going to turn into a greater evil. And now the next election cycle, you're going to go a little bit lower. You never go another higher level. You go lower than that. So to end this particular segment, I'm telling you politicians and I'm telling you voters. Politicians, you don't own nobody's vote. So you can't say somebody stole your votes. Oh, Ralph Nader stole votes. No. Al Gore, you lost because, first of all, personally, you sucked. So don't blame that on Ralph Nader because he got some votes that you wish you could have had. You're saying that because you're saying, well, if I would have had Ralph Nader's vote, I would have won this thing. Don't look at Ralph Nader. Ralph Nader campaigned and earned those people vote, and those people were proud to vote for Ralph Nader. Well, if he wasn't in the race, he would have voted for me. You don't know that. You still got to earn them. There's a lot of people that's not going to go out and vote for foolishness. People say, Dr. Martin Luther, people died for you to have a right to vote. Yeah. But they didn't die for you to be forced to the voting booth. Nobody has to be forced to do anything. That's the great thing about America. If I see you two are both disastrous, I don't have to sign up for that. I'm wiping my hands. I'm not going to go. I'll go and vote, but I'll vote hell no. If I have to write hell no on the ballot and check it, I will vote. I will write it down. But I will go vote. It's not going to be for two disastrous candidates. So, to go back to what I'm saying, people, I understand. Your candidate may look like they're going to lose. And so instead of you going out there rallying your base to get more people out, finding some way to churn up the base and get the vote out, you're going to look to a third party person like myself and try to beat on me to make me feel bad because I won't vote for your candidate. You're barking at the wrong one, number one. I don't play those games. So I take all that stuff you're saying, turn around and throw it in your face. You're just a weakling because you see two other candidates that you've been sold a bill of goods that they can't outwin when they could if you stop listening to that bill. And you're trying to say, look, I'm investing in this person. If it's for the next 2 years, I'm going to always vote for what I believe is best. I want you to vote for what you believe is best. If you believe Hillary Clinton is the best, vote for him. If you believe Donald Trump is the best, vote for him. That's your personal decision. And that's why people don't like to talk about politics, because people get testy. You have to focus on getting the base out, your base out. The reason Al Gore lost, it wasn't even George Bush's fault. Talking about Bush stole the election in Florida. No, that wouldn't have been the issue in Florida if he would have won his own state. So stop that. The reason Al Gore lost is because they couldn't get their base out to the poll. If Hillary Clinton lose, it's because you guys wasn't focusing on getting your base out to the poll. You got distracted trying to beat down Berniecrats who refused to vote for her, or beating down Jill Stein supporters, or beating down Gary Johnson supporters. You, the media, and these dumb comedians on TV, all trying to beat down these third-party voters, thinking that you beating us down gonna make us vote for Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. Stop, it don't work. What you got to do is go out there and get your people out. There are going to be a lot of people who can't make it to the polls. A lot of elderly ladies want to vote for Hillary Clinton. Like I said, I'm not for neither one of them, but I respect your right to vote. They're going to want to vote. Are you going to go out there and pick them up? You know, they changed some of the polling stations. Are you going to get them out to the polls? The key is stop focusing on third party. You focus on your base and get those people out to the polls. The reason Al Gore lost, it wasn't Ralph Nader and it wasn't George Bush. You didn't get people out to the poll. So stop trying to beat on third party people and get your butt out there and get these people to the poll. I'm Bob TV. Peace.